Hello everybody, my name is Vinayak Zuchi and I have scored 499 out of 500 in the class 10 CBSE board exams of 2021. I am a student of the prestigious Birla Vidya Niketan School, New Delhi. My prior achievements were that I had been a GSTSC scholar in the year 2019 and I was amongst the top 1% of the Delhi state of the Indian Olympiad qualifier for Mathematics 2021. Apart from this, I have also won several medals in NSO and IMO. Today in this video, on behalf of Delhi Knowledge Track, I am going to share with you my daily schedule and my subject-wise preparation strategy for various subjects. So first of all, I would like to start with my daily schedule. I woke up at 6 a.m. in the morning. I got ready by 7 a.m. and then I read the morning newspaper. By 7 a.m. I started to study and I studied till 8:30 a.m. SST in that time period. From 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. I used to have my morning breakfast. From 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. in the evening, I religiously attended my school. And then from 2:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. I used to have my lunch break. From 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. I used to study mathematics in that time period. From 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. I used to go out and used to play with my friends. At 6 p.m. I came back, and from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. I used to study science in that time period. From 8:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. I used to have my dinner break, and from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. I used to complete all the assignments and all the homeworks which I got from school in the following day. And at 10 p.m. I used to go to sleep. At 6 a.m. in the next day I woke up. So a thing which I want to tell you guys is that 8 hours of sleep is also necessary for a perfect balance between your studies and your mind. I would also like to tell that in these pandemic times, many students started waking up at 8:30 a.m. in the morning and just opening their laptop at 9 a.m. But I stuck to my previous routine, which I followed when schools were offline, and I woke up at 6 a.m. and got ready by 7 a.m. and all that which I have told you. I would also suggest you to avoid yourself to go on social media platforms such as YouTube or maybe Facebook or Instagram. There you might just start surfing videos and you might waste your entire day in the same manner. So you should avoid these things. Now I would also tell you my subject-wise strategy for various subjects through which I scored 499 out of 500 in the CBSE exams. In my first, I would first like to come upon the subject mathematics. Mathematics is a subject which requires constant practice and a lot of dedication and hard work for the subject. I had allotted 2 hours of time for mathematics daily, and in that time I practiced mathematics. It was this practice and constant dedication which helped me to score full out of full marks in every test, starting from the first test UT1 to my final tests. And in this subject I particularly only used NCERT for my preparation. NCERT is the Bible for CBSE 10 board preparations. And if you are thorough with NCERT and if you have thoroughly revised all the NCERT problems, including the solved problems, then it can assure you of getting a really good rank in your board exams. Apart from this, if you have time, you can complete R.D. Sharma book. It is a really good book and can give you a wide exposure of problems. In maths, these two books are necessary for getting a good rank in board exams. Now I would like to come upon the subject science. Both mathematics and science are subjects which require constant practice and dedication for scoring good marks, and these subjects can also give you a centum percentage if you are practicing with constant dedication. For science, science particularly consists of 3 subjects: physics, chemistry and biology. For all the 3 subjects, you first need to learn NCERT line by line. You need to learn all the tables of NCERT, you need to learn all the charts, and you need to learn all the diagrams too, and you need to revise them at least 2 to 3 times. Apart from this, Lakshmi Singh and Manjeet Singh book also comes in science for NCERT. In science particularly, you also have to focus on your answer writing skills. You have to write your answer in points, and you also have to highlight the important keywords in your answers. This helps in getting more marks in the final exams. Now I would like to come upon the subject Sanskrit. Sanskrit was a subject towards which I was naturally inclined since my class 5. And Sanskrit is a subject in which if you are clear with the grammar and if you are clear with the basics of the subject, then you can easily score centum percentage in the subject. These basics were laid down for me since class 5, and what I had to do just was to build up upon these basics, and by the time I reached class 10, I found the subject really very easy. And for me, 2 to 3 hours of study of Sanskrit in the in the days of weekend was enough to score a full out of full marks in the final exam. And in this subject you also and in this subject, if you are not good with the grammar, especially those guys who are not good in the grammar, they can purchase any of the guide books which are available in the market, such as All in One or maybe Together With, and there are many other guides. They can practice some grammar questions from those books, and it can help a lot if you are weak in your grammar. Now I would like to come up on the subject English. English is a subject which most of the guys tend to neglect. People give more focus upon mathematics or science, or they just remain memorizing SST all the time. But I believe English should be given equal importance. In my timetable, I had allotted 2 hours of 2 to 3 hours of study of English on the days of weekends. I believe this literature in English is not too difficult, and it could be covered by NCERT. But for the grammar portion, you need to master the book Ray and Martin. This book has a lot of problems, and you need to be thorough with all the solved problems and the unsolved problems if you want to ace in this subject. For the writing part of English, you need to practice as much as possible. You need to write letters, you need to write report writings or story writings or whatever you have in your course. And if you practice, if you have practiced a lot, then there are very less chances of your getting low marks in this section in the final exams. Now I would like to come up on the subject SST. Social studies is a subject which most of the students are afraid of, and they are just ratifying it all the time, and they are just memorizing it. But the thing is that they memorize a single moment and they forget the next moment. So my strategy for completing SST was through I took just a single chapter at one time, and I divided it into parts. For example, an average chapter in SST contains of 10 to 15 pages. So you what you need to do is to divide it into parts. For example, you take first 5 pages for a single day. So you just complete memorizing the first page and then speak it aloud to yourself. Then you memorize the second page and then you speak aloud both first and second pages to yourself. And in this manner you can complete the chapter. It would be better if you have somebody in home, in your home, maybe your mother or your father, who can listen to what you have memorized, and it can help a lot. In SST 2, you have to focus on answer writing skills. You have to write answer in points. You have to highlight the keywords, and it always helps in getting good marks in board exams. For SST, there is one more portion, that is the maps portion. You have to particularly focus on that portion also, because it is very scoring. But you need to purchase maps, and you need to mark them for practice, so that you can finally perform in the final exams with more perfection and more confidence. Apart from these subject-wise preparation strategies which I have told you, I would like to tell you that you also need to complete the previous 10-year question papers. These question papers could help you a lot in your preparation, and they would give you a real feel of what the exam question papers are like. I had completed my syllabus by January, and in the months of February and March, I myself did all the previous 10-year question papers. These question papers, when you given that particular time limit, also makes you feel the particular time constraint in which you need to write your final papers, and can help you fare well in the exams. As now I have told you my strategy for daily schedule and strategy for and preparation strategy for various subjects. Now I would like to tell you the people who I owe the credit of my success to. I owe the credit of my success to firstly the divine God, without whose blessings this won't have ever been possible. I also owe the credit of my success to my class teachers and my other subject teachers, such as Hemlata ma'am, Paramjeet ma'am, Divya Mirchandani ma'am, Pia Narang ma'am, Shweta Sushmita ma'am, Deepika Bagchi ma'am, and PK Thakur sir. These teachers helped me a lot in my preparation and always cleared all my doubts. I also owe my success to my most motivating principal teacher, Meenakshi Kushwaha ma'am, who motivated all the students of our school to perform their very best in each and every event. I of course owe the credit of my success to my parents, who played a pivotal role in my success. My father, who is in Jammu and works in Dabur India Private Limited, came back to Delhi every weekend and took care of me. My mother was the backbone of my preparation, and she is currently working and is a banker. In spite of her hectic schedule as a banker, she always used to motivate me and sat with me around 1.5 to 2 hours in a day, and devoted time for my preparation, and helped me a lot in my preparation. She always told me that the little difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary is the little extra efforts which you have to put. And following this mantra, she also told me to develop a mistake book in which I noted down all the mistakes which I made in the previous 10-year question papers. These mistakes helped me a lot to improve, and this mistake book reduced a lot of potential mistakes which I could have made in the final exams. So I am thankful to her a lot. Apart from this, I would also like to thank all my relatives who prayed for me sincerely, especially my younger sister Shivani, who always wished me all the best before each and every exam. I thank all of these relatives. And I would also like to thank my grandmother for her blessings and her love. Now I would also like to give the credit of my success to my Nana and Nani, through which I developed a simple, focused and grounded attitude towards life and a disciplined approach towards life. And they instilled these values in me since my childhood, and they took care of me since my childhood. I would also like to thank all of my relatives, especially my younger sister Shivani, who prayed for me and wished me all the best before each and every exam. So I would like to thank all of them. Apart from this, I would just like to say that be cool, be calm, and don't be overstressed by the burden of board exams. Just do your karma and just believe in the famous Gita shlok, Karmanye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachanam. These lines mean that just do your karma and don't focus upon the result. Good karma yields good results, and just believe in yourself, just have faith in God, and I'm sure that you would do wonders in 2022 and the years to come. Thank you.